Alright, so it's now been revealed that Call of Duty Warzone and Black Ops Cold War Season 4 will go live on June 17th. Now, the Season 4 trailer released yesterday mainly seems to focus on the overarching story of Warzone and Cold War, introducing Jackal, who looks to be the main operator for Season 4, probably at the very start or end of the Battle Pass. But some of the teased content included a new point of interest, a new gulag, and what looked to be the addition of the motorcycle vehicle from Black Ops Cold War, which I always thought would be a great addition to Warzone. We haven't really had any new vehicles added to Warzone either, so this is definitely a welcome change. Also revealed today in the extended cinematic for Season 4, we have a first glimpse at 3 brand new weapons. We've got the Ameli light machine gun, the Caparis SMG, and the CET-ME rifle. Probably butchered some names there, but we've got some really exciting weapons to get our hands on here. Definitely looking forward to trying these ones out for sure. Alright, so Season 3 of Warzone certainly held us over for a little while after Verdansk got nuked and players were sent back in time to 1984, but I think most of us are already kind of over it, right? Like, don't get me wrong, some of the changes were cool and helped to improve the overall quality of life of Verdansk, but my initial concerns about some of the changes, like the new summit area formerly known as Dam, being so far up north that players just won't be fighting there all that often. Thankfully, Nakatomi Plaza came along and has been a big enough point of interest to at least give us somewhere new to land, and it's proven to be very popular. I do realise a lot of work and development probably went into Verdansk 84 and, you know, sending that map back in time. But some players will call it lazy, and this deep into the game's life cycle, you can't really blame those players. I mean, if the changes to Verdansk came a few seasons earlier, maybe people wouldn't have as much of a problem with it, but the game has been out for way over a year now, and aside from Rebirth Island and the Resurgence game mode, there haven't really been any truly refreshing map changes in a very long time. I also imagine that this version of Verdansk will probably stick around for a while too, so don't expect any major changes this season. Hopefully we'll learn more during the mid-season update about the potential of a new map, perhaps in Season 5 or 6, but I wouldn't get your hopes up about any sort of map tease coming this season. I have no doubt that the Warzone dev teams are cooking up something big behind the scenes, but it really is a race against time now because Warzone doesn't have any serious competitors until Battlefield 2042 comes along, which I know myself, my friends, and many of you guys are very excited about, and though the core gameplay in Warzone is still very fun for me personally, the game just feels a bit dry at the moment, you know? Season 3 made some huge changes in terms of weapon balance, so it's been awesome playing with a bunch of weapons and not feeling completely useless, but I don't know, I just can't help but crave something more. So as for what's coming in Season 4, we don't really know too much about the contents of the update on the whole. Activision doesn't typically reveal too many details until closer to the season's launch, or sometimes on the day that the update goes live, but what we do know, as with every new season, that there will be a shiny new battle pass, as well as new operators, weapons, new limited time modes, and perhaps in-game events. The Season 4 trailer did give us a small look at the updated gulag for the new period of content featuring the fan favourite map Hijacked from Black Ops 2, or at least a small portion of it will be playable, which is cool. Hijacked is also returning in Cold War for those interested, and it also looks like we're getting Cold War's version of the Desert Eagle with a scope attachment that looks kind of fun, but they really have put themselves in a box with some of these Cold War guns, haven't they? I mean, at least when it comes to Warzone content, it seems that all we're getting is duplicates of existing weapons that are already in Modern Warfare, but I suppose there is this, which only showed up for a brief second in the trailer. Yep, that is a nail gun, and I really hope that this is something that we can use in a loadout and customize. It's not a weird pickup weapon from a chest or something. And if we can't utilize it at all, then yeah, maybe it should just stick to putting IKEA furniture together as fast as possible. I don't know. We also got a look at our first new point of interest that will be added to Verdansk 84 in Season 4, which appears to be multiple crashed satellites from space, one of which has landed in farmland and the other split above and below the bridge crossing the canal, it looks like, that's near hospital. And you do hear the Warzone announcer at one point in the trailer say this: "We've located the satellite." Now this tells me that there is definitely going to be some sort of limited time mode or event based around these new points of interest, the satellites. And also one thing worth mentioning, I don't know if any of you have heard about this, but a little while ago Activision reportedly sent out a survey asking about players' satisfaction with Verdansk 84, and it did in fact mention the Red Door travel system, pointing to the possibility of their inclusion within Season 4. You know, nothing is confirmed, but prior to the Cold War integration with Warzone, if you remember, we were able to use the subway system to get around Verdansk. But that system just wasn't very popular, was it? I think if it was a bit easier for players to understand, then we would have utilized it a lot more, but it was literally like catching a train in real life, and if you didn't know which direction the train was heading, or you weren't paying attention to the zone, the train could often teleport you outside of the gas. So yeah, inevitably the subway system was shut down, and it sounds like these new red doors will take their place, and hopefully be a bit more streamlined. As for the rest of Season 4, I mean, time will tell, but I really hope that this season can keep players engaged. This is a teaser trailer, so hopefully there is more to come later in the season, but if this is it, I think a lot of players will be disappointed. I'm hopeful that Warzone can deliver in future seasons. You know, Season 3 was definitely a step in the right direction for the game, and communication has been a lot better from Raven Software, which is great, but there is still so much that needs to be done. I know that console players are screaming for an FOV slider. I see that all the time on social media and in the replies to Raven's tweets, and I hope that they can deliver for those players, but it's likely more of a performance limitation, especially on platforms like the PS4 and Xbox One. You know, the reason console games are often at a lower field of view is for performance. The more that you scale up your FOV, the more the game has to render within your view, which, you know, on those older consoles, I just don't see it being a possibility. Maybe for those lucky enough to own a PS5 or Xbox Series X, I can see a higher FOV being a thing, but there are still so many trying to get their hands on one of the current generation of consoles, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. As for cheating, I think there also needs to be a better anti-cheat software implemented. Just yesterday I was playing some solos and I was put in a cheater lobby. Now, I wasn't killed by the cheater, I was actually killed by a guy called Average Dad, who is a fellow streamer.
Oh my god, I've just killed Tomographic.
I checked his stream and realised that he'd noticed me too, so I went back to say hello and tried to get his attention, but I mean, he was simply too cracked with his Car 98 and mistook my love bullets as a sign for aggression, and owned me a second time.
Who's Tomographic? Someone who I massively look up to as a content creator and as a human being.
Anyway, I dropped in on his stream to say hi, and he said some very nice things about me, and I hung out for a little bit in his chat, but then soon after, he did in fact get absolutely beamed by a player clearly cheating, and went on to win the game with 38 kills. And then he proceeded to let everyone know in the post-match comms that they deserved it. You know, he seems like a really nice guy, but Average Dad actually noticed that his party was open, so joined his session, and then this happened.
Has to be further down. There he is.
What's up?
How you doing, buddy? You good?
Yeah.
Do you always leave your party open after the lobby just to see whether or not
there's
anybody...
always someone who joins my session, yeah.
So are they actually getting, like, through ban waves and stuff and everything now, right?
Yeah, no, I never got banned. Only shadow banned.
You only get shadow banned. How long does it last?
8 days.
8 days, and that's it. Do you mind me asking why you hack?
I don't know, because I can.
Because you can. So have you got like an account where you play where you don't have hacks on?
Oh, dude, this is not an interview.
No, I just want. I genuinely just want to know. Just because I'm streaming at the minute and like. Ah.
Yep. Average Dad got kicked and blocked by a cheater.
Chat, he's blocked me. He was down here on the left.
I did pass his details on to Raven, so hopefully something gets done, but it shouldn't be on people like myself providing this information for any real action to be taken. How has this guy not been permabanned after playing like that? Who is reviewing these accounts when they get put into shadowban lobbies? Doesn't seem like anyone, and this guy waited out the full 8 days, I believe he said, and then got released from shadowban jail. Cheating in Warzone used to be a lot worse and much more frequent for sure, but I mean, it doesn't excuse the fact that it's still happening, and more countermeasures need to be put in place to address them. Props to Average Dad, by the way, seems like a great dude, and I'll be sure to link his stream below. But with that being said, that's all I've got for you today. I just want to let you know what's happening in Warzone Season 4 and talk about the future of the game a little bit and my thoughts. But be sure to let me know what you think in the comments below, and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And a quick plug at the end here, just a reminder that you have 7 days to get my plushie and help to contribute to the Sloth Conservation Foundation, and a huge shout out to anybody that has helped to fuel our goal so far. Thank you all so much for watching, as always, and I will catch you legends in the next one.